Well, let's look ahead to the elections in 2024 now. And the ANC's political education head, David Makhura, says the party wants those who will secure the highest number of votes to be the leaders if any coalition needs to be formed. He was speaking during a briefing today on the strategic framework of coalitions drafted by ANC leaders. Newzroom Afrika's Ziyanda Ngcobo has more.
The ANC's head of political education, David Makhura, says his party remains open to coalitions as long as they're in the public interest. However, he says there'll be core principles underpinning the rules of engagement, including what he calls the introduction of redlining of certain parties which are incompatible with the ANC's values.
I'll give you an example. So if you have a party that does not believe that race is a fundamental issue in South Africa, that black people's exclusion from the mainstream of the economy, or race continues to have a huge impact in the progress of people. If you have a party that does not believe that race is a very important factor, we draw a red line on that party. If you have a party that has no regard for the laws of our country and constitutionalism, and a party that basically believes you can just carry out violence, it has no respect for, as we say, the laws and the constitution of the country, and then it thinks that it should do as it wishes, that would be a red line.
Makhura says they want to introduce a citizens' charter where negotiations that parties enter into include residents and are made public.
We want, in the coalitions we want to be part of, and this is proceeding from here. It must be transparent. It must be clear. Why are we working with this party? Any agreement we reach cannot be a behind-the-scenes deal-making.
At the same time, the ANC has discussed the issue of kingmakers and who should lead negotiations on the basis of the electoral outcome.
So we want to bring in an important democratic principle that you can't just have a coalition government where the party with the largest votes is like the smallest party. And the party with the smallest amount of votes, or even an individual or group of individuals with very limited electoral support, are the ones that are leading government. That is a fundamental principle we are saying. It's not consistent with democracy.
The ANC-NEC is mulling legislation which will insulate the public administration within municipalities from the instability within coalitions. The party is also wanting to introduce a threshold on the number of political parties that can participate in councils. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Boksburg.